On News 3, 7 at 11, a blast of winter. Nothing to be thankful for in the Midwest. But is it heading our way?
Bad news, the Lions lost today. Worse news, Barry Sanders is out of action. For how long?
God bless us, everyone!
And now that Thanksgiving is over, it's time to start thinking about Christmas. Ideas for your three-day weekend next on News 3 at 11.
You're watching WWMT, West Michigan's Channel 3. This is News 3 at 11.
Hello, West Michigan. Thank you for spending part of your Thanksgiving with us. I'm Barry Shanley.
And I'm Cindy Dolan tonight for Judy Marquis. And topping our news this holiday evening, a blast of winter that has skiers thankful and many travelers worried. From Canada to Texas, travel was tough. Fargo, North Dakota is still digging out for more than a foot of snow. To the east in Minneapolis, 6 inches of the white stuff didn't keep more than 1,000 runners from taking place in the annual Thanksgiving Day run. In Omaha, Nebraska, it wasn't snow that was the problem. It was freezing rain. Icy highways made travel difficult, if not dangerous. And in Big D, the Big Chill, Miami and Dallas played football in weather that looked more at home in Green Bay. The question now here in West Michigan, is that storm headed our way?
Well, we turn to meteorologist John Wendell. He's the man with the answer.
Yes, that storm is heading our way, but I'll tell you, it's a very slow mover, and we won't see that real cold weather until the upcoming weekend, but tomorrow looks like it will be rain. Here's a look at radar, and we are picking up some light rain in the area. Temperature in Kalamazoo is 37 degrees. The temperature at Grand Rapids is 33, and the temperature at Muskegon is 32, and there has been a little bit of freezing rain up to the north. So we can expect to see some icy roads, especially north of Grand Rapids, for the next couple of hours. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, look for some clouds and a little bit of light rain, temperature 37 degrees. By noontime, we're up to about 41, and once again, a little bit of light rain in the area. Evening temperature, only in the upper 30s, but once again, some clouds and also some light rain for West Michigan. For the upcoming weekend, it looks like some colder air will finally make its way into the area. I'll tell you what it means for us when we come back in a little bit. Back to you.
Relatively mild Thanksgiving overall. Wow. One way to give thanks is to pass on Thanksgiving to others.
And in downtown Kalamazoo, Theo and Stacy's restaurant did just that for the 17th year in a row, providing a traditional feast for free. And as in years past, providing it with the help of an overflow crowd of volunteers, including Kalamazoo psychologist Larry Beer and his family.
It's just really nice to teach my daughters how nice it is to help people who are less fortunate than we are.
Have you enjoyed helping out?
Yeah.
What have you liked about it?
Serving trays.
Serving the trays. Danielle's job was to pour the milk. No one who was hungry was turned away. The only ones turned away this Thanksgiving, some of the Good Samaritans who seemed to stream into Theo and Stacy's all day long. At a community feast in Sturgis today, more than 800 people served a Thanksgiving Day dinner at the Golden Corral. With the economy on a bit of a mend, West Michigan retailers this year aren't just saying they expect a good Christmas season, they really are expecting it. For instance, Meijer tells News 3 that they're enjoying seeing more shoppers early who are spending more money.
Yeah, we'll buy a little more than we did last year. We've had a little bit better year.
With this early indicator that the season will be jolly for retailers, they're stocking up for the busiest shopping day of the year, which begins, of course, tomorrow.
Here it is. President Clinton gave a special Thanksgiving Day radio address today from the White House, and then the president and his family traveled to Camp David for a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Back in the nation's capital, 150 of Washington's homeless got the benefits of the First Family's efforts yesterday. The Clintons helped prepare the meals that were handed out today at the Covenant Baptist Church in Washington. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Bosnia-Herzegovina.
But those who live there have something to be thankful for tonight. Stepped up relief efforts for that war-torn region. Headlines tonight's World Digest. The United Nations is sending convoys of food to 2 embattled towns in that country. 78 tons of wheat flour were unloaded today for thousands of hungry refugees facing a long and cold winter. This is the first food convoy in that area in more than a month.
Egypt's prime minister is alive after an assassination attempt. Islamic militants attacked his motorcade in Cairo with a suicide car bomb. One person was killed, at least 12 others were injured. The prime minister was not hurt.
A funeral procession turned violent in the Gaza Strip. Israeli security forces shot and injured 8 people as serious riots broke out over the killing of a leading member of an Islamic Palestinian group. Thousands marched in a funeral procession calling for revenge and the death of Jews.
Back here at home now, friends and family of a Portage man missing since Sunday morning spent a somber Thanksgiving waiting for word of his whereabouts. 45-year-old Kenneth Palmer left the Kalamazoo Battle Creek International Airport in a single-engine plane early Sunday morning. He has not been heard from since. Today, members of the Civil Air Patrol continued to search for Palmer. Investigators believe he was heading to Milwaukee, but aren't sure because no flight plan was found. St. Joseph County authorities are still looking for a 76-year-old woman who walked away from an adult foster care home in Centerville. Marguerite Booz has a history of Alzheimer's disease. Police describe her as 5 feet tall and weighing just 85 pounds.
Lions fans may be a bit depressed after today's game. John, even more depressed about Barry Sanders.
I'll tell you, Barry, the Lions, if the Packers beat Tampa Bay on Sunday, they will tie Detroit for the lead in the NFC Central. As you all know, Lions lost to the Bears today, 10-6. The news, though, got worse. Barry Sanders out with a sprained knee, a partial tear of the medial collateral ligament, to be exact. Now, no surgery is required, but Sanders is out 3 to 5 weeks. And so Derek Moore is the new running back for Wayne Fonts and the Lions.
You know, you look forward to whenever your day is going to come, when you're going to get the call, but, you know, you never want to see anything happen like that, especially to a guy like Barry, not to mention how talented he is, but a dynamic person. And, but, you know, it's football, adversity happens. We have to adjust and do what we have to do and go on.
Later tonight, they laughed at Leon Lett's Super Bowl boo-boo, but I'm not sure if Jimmy Johnson is laughing tonight. An amazing highlight in the NFL. You'll see it later on.
Yeah, that was something. All right, thank you, John. And while taking in a football game, not to mention a drumstick or two, or big Thanksgiving traditions, so are parades.
And in Detroit, hundreds of thousands got their fill downtown. They were all of the regular parade favorites, bands, floats, and bobbing balloons. But the real showstopper was this unusual entry. A couple that got married on a float, a huge wedding cake on wheels. And only one person could have staged a wedding like that, Santa himself. Well, it was too much wind that sent a new balloon in the Macy's parade tumbling onto the crowds this morning. 2 people had to be taken to the hospital when the Sonic Hedgehog balloon crashed into a streetlight. The man and the girl have since been released from the hospital. They are okay. And once the Hedgehog balloon was deflated, it was on with the show. All the old favorites were there, including Snoopy, the Pink Panther, Bart Simpson, and Humpty Dumpty. And pulling up the rear, Santa in a sleigh, pulled by reindeer. Well, that's your news, weather, and sports in the first 7 minutes at 11.
There's still much more to come, however. If you want to get your holiday season off to a good start, stick around. Terry DeBoer has some ideas for your 3-day weekend.
Oh, Father, I'm so lost for singing, but that's okay.
News 3 with Billy Shenley, Judy Marquis, meteorologist John Wendell's weather, and John Koch sports.
Watch. Save on great gifts all through the store during Mervyn's holiday sale, starting Friday, 7 a.m.
You there?
November is Ford Truck Month.
Just rolling down that great American highway with the morning sky lit up like a flame.
During Ford Truck Month, choose from hundreds of Ranger regular cabs, super cabs, and the Splash, all priced to move now. Get a Ford Ranger XL starting from $87.49 with rear anti-lock brakes, roadside assistance, and more. It's the best time to buy. Plus, you get a Ford hat when you say hats off to Ford. So hurry into your Greater Michigan Ford dealer today.
8 maids and only 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 roast beef sandwiches.
5 roast beef sandwiches?
5 roast beef.
That can't be right.
It says 5.
Announcing Arby's Holiday 5 for 5 deal. Get 5 delicious slow-roasted regular roast beef sandwiches for just $5. We'll even gift wrap them.
I thought it was 5 golden rings.
It says roast beef sandwiches. That's the way I
I
remember
kind of like the change.
But hurry, Arby's Holiday 5 for 5 deal ends soon.
All right, where was I? Oh, yes, the history of the 2-day sale. Now, when football was finally invented, shopping had to become even more... Hey, buddy, how would you like to meet your forefathers?
Look, the Target 2-day sale is going to be over. Tell them to come to Target now and get a Unisonic phone answering machine for just $26.99. And the one-control 3-function big button remote, just $12.99.
Are you finished?
No, you are. It's just Friday and Saturday at Target.
Be careful if you come into Best Buy this Friday or Saturday. You might go a little overboard because everything at Best Buy is on sale. Every product on every shelf in every aisle is on sale. And though you may go overboard, you won't go over budget because everything's on sale. And you can get no payments and no interest for 6 months on everything. Stores open at 8 Friday and Saturday. At Best Buy, it's easy to get carried away.
The turkey's been gobbled up, the footballs have been put away, and News 3 Midday returns tomorrow. As always on Friday, we'll look into the wild and wacky tabloid headlines. See you tomorrow at noon.
Well, our stomachs are stuffed. Are yours? From today's turkey, and with Thanksgiving all but behind us, now it's time to start thinking about the holidays to come.
Right. Tonight, the Grand Rapids Civic Theater kicked off its run of the Dickens classic, A Christmas Carol. News 3's Terry DeBoer takes us to one of the rehearsals before the big show.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, my dear!
The rehearsal set may be crude and these actors aren't wearing their costumes, but just spending a few minutes observing them in action will tell you these people are the talented cast of a big production.
I drink to him for your sake and for the days, but not for his sake. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Mrs.
Marty Kratzis is a history teacher by day. By night, she takes on the role of Mrs. Cratchit. Like all of the actors and actresses, she is a volunteer. Hundreds of hours of rehearsals with no pay. She does it for one reason.
There's no feeling like it, to know that you can get in touch with a character that's beyond yourself and pull some sort of feeling out of an audience. There's no feeling like that. It's really wonderful.
And, oh, Mother, I love prom. Well, come along then. Let's go see, blah, blah, blah.
Director Paul Dreer is one of the few paid full-time staffers at the Grand Rapids Civic Theater. He says more than 200 people auditioned for this play, so it wasn't hard finding a great cast.
I guess I'm spoiled because we generally have an excellent quality of people at auditions. Have the luxury of most times being able to pick and choose and have choices for the roles. The town is large enough to have a great deal of good talent in it, and we're blessed that way.
Lord bless us, everyone!
Dreer says it's not just the quality of the cast that will make the show a must-see. The production value is also high. In fact, he says the audiences are in for a real treat.
The ghosts fly and Scrooge flies, yes. Well, they do in the book.
You've still got time to see A Christmas Carol, even if you miss Thanksgiving night's grand opening. The show runs every day except Mondays from now until December 11th. Ticket prices range from $2 to $9.50, depending upon the day and time of the performance. That won't be the only performance of the Dickens classic this weekend in West Michigan. The New Vic Theater will have performances of A Christmas Carol every day this 3-day weekend. It's in Kalamazoo. Tickets range in price from $8.50 to $12.50. Head to the Cereal City any night for a spectacular display. The Festival of Lights is in full illumination every night. Hop in your car, then head down I-94 for a holiday tour, sure to get you in the holiday mood. At the movies this weekend, they're creepy and they're kooky and they're back. If you like the Addams Family movie Get Set, the sequel is here. It's called Addams Family Values. Morticia and Gomez have their third child and hire Joan Cusack as the nanny for the baby, but she has evil designs on marrying rich and ever so suave Uncle Fester.
Oh, I just adore little babies. I just want to grab them and squeeze them till there's not a breath left in their tiny little bodies.
Audiences seem to like the sequel with the unique brand of humor nearly duplicating that of the first Addams Family movie with an approval rating of 61%. At the video stores this weekend, Who's the Man and This Boy's Life. And some ski slopes are opening up north this weekend. Call your favorite hill to see if they're included. I'm Terry DeVore. Have a great 3-day weekend.
Thank you, Terry. Up next, meteorologist John Wendell.
He has his eye on the sky and that storm that may be headed our way. What's the deal with the weekend coming up?
It's hard because the roof's right up there. He's looking at the roof, but maybe he's got it figured out.
Eyes can penetrate through the walls.
That'll be something.
This Friday, it's JCPenney's After Thanksgiving Sale. With doorbuster specials before 11 a.m. Featuring an extra 10% off dozens of items store-wide. This Friday at JCPenney.
Oh, hi.
The holidays are such a special time. Belt sander for the wife. Around here, we like getting all bundled up and going to Builder Square. Saving on gifts, trees, trimming, lights, everything to make the holidays more festive. Even industrial-sized eggnog mixers. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho.
Brighten your holidays with WWMT's 12 Days of Christmas. Win a $50 gift certificate from Breakaway Bicycles or Tots at Teen Village. Watch for details.
Now get this sharp, ultra-compact 6-page per minute laser printer, just $529.99.
Too often, the car you want isn't the car you can afford. But at Cole Gilmore Pontiac Cadillac Nissan, you don't have to compromise between the car you love and the car you drive.
Now at Cole Gilmore, the 94 Sunbird LE, 30 of them specially ordered. Lots of standard features, yet priced under $10,000. Hurry in while they last at Cole Gilmore.
See what's new at Cole Gilmore Pontiac Cadillac Nissan, where the car you love can be the car you drive.
These were fun last year.
Bowl, please.
How can they bring out in a box in the basement?
Bowl, please.
Once these are up, it's time for a movie.
So why did we take them down?
Because it was June.
Want to lighten up the holidays? Make it a blockbuster night.
Suppose I were to offer you $1 million for one night with your wife.
Nothing can come between two people's love.
Now, the evening would come and go, but the money could last a lifetime.
Except someone else's money. Indecent Proposal from Paramount Home Video, rated R.
This portion of News 3 is sponsored by Harold Ziegler, Kalamazoo.
So what do you see with those big blue eyes, those X-ray eyes of yours?
Well, I saw the roof.
He's a mere mortal, after all.
Seriously, though, we are talking about snow eventually here, right?
Eventually. It looks like it'll probably come over the upcoming weekend, but right now it's more of a rain event for West Michigan tonight, but there is some freezing rain up around Grand Rapids and Muskegon area, so if you're up north traveling, be very careful. You might find some slick spots. Here's a look at radar, and we are picking up some light rain in West Michigan. All the activities moving in a northerly direction at about 30 miles an hour. Temperatures right now are basically in the mid-30s, but we do have some low 30s up to the north, and that could cause some problems on some of the bridges and overpasses. Temperatures across the state right now, in the southern part of the state, we're at 37 degrees, 37 in Kalamazoo, but it's already at 33 degrees in Grand Rapids and 32 right at freezing at Muskegon. We do have that light rain coming up from the south, turning into a little bit of freezing rain. It's mainly light snow across the upper peninsula where they've picked up 2 to 4 inches of snow just today. Right now, a little bit of light rain and sleet falling. Our winds are out of the east at 7 to 14. That's giving us wind chill readings anywhere from 13 to 25. And our barometric pressure is starting to fall. And that means that low pressure system out to the west is moving a little bit closer our direction. Here's a look at the big picture. We have the light rain across parts of Indiana, moving up north into Michigan. More light rain, freezing rain and sleet down to the south, and that's also moving to the north. It was mainly snow out in the Central Plains today. Fargo picked up 14 inches of snow, Bismarck 22 inches of snow, and Aberdeen with 25 inches of snow on the ground from this system. Well, we do have high temperatures today. Well, they are only in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees. 39 degrees in Kalamazoo, while it was 37 in Battle Creek. Average high for the day is 42. Remember earlier in the week, we were up into the 50s. Things have changed. High temperatures across the nation, the 30s and the 40s made it up into Michigan. The southeast still quite warm in the 60s and 70s, but here's that cold air coming down into the Central Plains. And with the low pressure system pulling up the warm air from the south, it's also pulling down the cold air from the north. And by the weekend, it looks like this cold air is going to move back up into West Michigan, and we could actually get a southwesterly flow of air bringing us those colder temperatures. Here's our satellite loop, and you can see the clouds just streaming to the northeast. This area of precipitation started down in Dallas today, where they picked up about 1 inch of sleet. If you're watching the game, it was just terrible out there. That's all moving to the northeast. Here's our forecast. For tonight, then, we are looking for some rain in the area. There could be some freezing rain as well, especially up to the north. Temperatures really not moving too much. For tomorrow, rain is likely. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. Then for the lakeshore tonight, some rain, maybe some freezing rain, especially you get north of Holland through Grand Haven and then up through the Muskegon area. Then for tomorrow, rain on and off, high temperatures upper 30s and low 40s. And on the 3-day forecast,
Some of that light rain is going to change over to some light snow on Saturday, and temperatures really cool off Sunday and Monday, and we could see some accumulation to that snow, especially later in the weekend and then the first part of next week.
So on Monday, all you school kids want to tune in to see if your schools are going to be open or not.
That's a possibility.
All right, thanks, John.
We'll be right back.
This is the holiday weekend to buy a new car or truck. It's Harold Ziegler's annual Super Thanksgiving sale. 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. 4 locations, Plainwell, Lowell, Kalamazoo, and Mattawan. Choose from nearly 1,000 vehicles, new and used, and the best nameplates: Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Jeep, BMW, Suzuki, Mitsubishi, and Eagle. Plus, each store is giving away $1,000. No purchase necessary. Don't miss Harold Ziegler's annual Super Thanksgiving sale through Monday.
The low prices at Toys R Us have created incredible excitement.
Chuck, maybe it's the Hollywood hair Barbie from Mattel for only $10.99 that's causing this reaction.
Maybe, or could be the nurse slingshot from Kenner for only $9.99. Looks like everyone is rushing to get one.
What about the Fisher-Price activity table? Just $24.99.
Whatever it is, people sure are hurrying to Toys R Us. Toys R Us.
Great toys at low prices, guaranteed.
Friday, 7 a.m., come early and save big at Value City, featuring a $1 million buyout of girls and toddler girls Disney sleepwear, now $13 to $16, your choice $5.99. Boys or girls 20-inch Titan BMX bikes, not $70, only $49.99 while quantities last. And Mattel's Barbie Kitchen or Fashion 10-pack, not $60 to $20, your choice only $9.99. Free $10 gift certificates to the first 200 customers, free early bird giveaways, and special early bird and late night doorbusters starting Friday, 7 a.m. at Value City department stores.
Ready for another Oldsmobile commercial? Obviously, you've missed a few, like our new Achieva Special Edition. Surprise? That's nothing. Wait till you see what it comes with. I don't know, but here's where you want to be. It's your money.
See your West Michigan Olds Group retailer today.
This portion of News 3 is sponsored by Spartan Stores.
He was known as one of the most innovative guitar players of his time.
He was Albert Collins, and he has died of cancer. Collins was 61 years old. He had been ill for several months. Collins frequently toured with rock musician Eric Clapton. A manager for Collins says services are scheduled for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in Las Vegas. And the author of the book A Clockwork Orange has died. Anthony Burgess was a writer, composer, translator, linguist, and critic. His futuristic fantasy, A Clockwork Orange, was the best known of his more than 50 novels. Burgess also published at least 15 nonfiction works. He was 76.
Not only is it legal to smoke marijuana in the Netherlands, now pot smokers there can make sure they're getting what they pay for. Next week, the Consumers Group for Cannabis Lovers opens a quality control lab for marijuana and hashish. Lab's director says people know what they're buying at the market, and marijuana buyers should have the same right.
And coming up next, John Coke with all the sports action,
including the latest word on Barry Sanders' condition and an amazing finish to the Dallas-Miami game.
You know, people who like Mercury Grand Marquis are people who like their space. Like space enough for 6 adults, plus space for whatever goes along with them. And this is the perfect space for some very interesting facts.
And the fact is, now Mercury Grand Marquis is priced at just $19,990 and offers a powerful V8 engine, standard dual airbags, available ABS brakes, and more.
Grand Marquis. It puts a lot of space between itself and the competition. At your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
News flash from Toy City at Meyer.
Extra! Myra's great toys, extra!
It's Hasbro Week. Get Cabbage Patch Baby Cry So Real, now $26.77, plus G.I. Joe Hall of Fame figures just $14.99. And get this hot new Sonic Spinball game cartridge for Genesis, only $39.86. Sonic Spinball arrives at Meyer on Tuesday, November 23rd.
This Christmas, Toy City Meyer has it
It's Hasbro Week. Register to win a $10,000 savings bond.
Hello, my Toy City.
Oh, I've heard it all.
It's going to make your life better.
Wouldn't you much rather have something that costs $2,000 more?
I got something, you know, you want to buy it? I say, hey.
Have I got such a deal?
We just sold 10 of these yesterday.
It has 5,000 features of remote control.
And although it's a little bit more expensive,
We got this sale. It's going to last till 2 o'clock.
You can't go home without this.
Introducing the all-new GMC Sonoma. We packed everything we know into this one, Sonoma from GMC Truck.
Lions, I wonder if they ate their turkey before the game.
No, I would think they would eat it afterwards.
I hope so.
Just a nibble, they just maybe snacked ahead of time.
Well, you are what you eat, and you know, they played like turkeys, so that's why.
Okay.
You're right. Maybe they did eat it first.
Come to think of it.
At least the offense did. That's 80,000 left the dinner table for the Pontiac Silverdome today, and Wayne Fonts ended up apologizing to all the fans who showed up for his team's performance. The Lions are certainly the shakiest first-place team in all the NFL now. Let's go out to the Silverdome today, where the offense struggled all day. Rodney Peete nailed by Richard Dent. That led to a field goal and a 3-0 Chicago Bears lead. It's 3-3 late in the half, and Jim Harbaugh, right after a turnover, first play, 42-yard touchdown pass to Terry Obie for the score. 10-3 at the half in favor of the Chicago Bears. A defensive game. That was the only touchdown of the game. Rodney Peete struggled all day. Jeremy Lincoln with the interception, and it was the Chicago Bears eating a John Madden turkey. The Bears defense outstanding in a 10-6 victory. Now, our Paul Calvisi was on the sidelines for today's game, and he followed the Lions into the locker room after it.
If you're looking for leftovers, how about what's left of the Lions' lead in the NFC Central? At 7-4, the Lions just a half game ahead of the Pack right now, a full game ahead of the Bears.
We broke down here and we broke down there. I don't know if we got lax because we was in first place by 2 games, or what the case may be. You know, as a team, we came out flat, and it's pissed off, you know, because as a player, you know what's at stake, and it's going to be easy for a lot of people to jump ship now, but I think we'll hold together. I really do.
But we are still the race. I mean, the Lions are still leading in the division, so it's a tough loss, but our guys are going to keep our heads up and keep playing.
Brett said he could sense it in the huddle. Things were a little flat. They weren't as they should be. Could you sense it on the sideline during the game? Well, not really, because, you know, our concern is defense, and the defensive huddle, we were ready to play football.
Probably the worst loss game we played since I've been here. Wasn't a very good football game. My football team got totally dominated.
Last year, the Lions were 2-8 heading into the holiday. Even at 7-4 right now, if they're not careful, last year is where they might wind up, as in out of the playoff picture. From Pontiac, Paul Calvisi, News 3 Sports.
Now, in the other locker room, the Chicago Bears naturally were not nearly as down as Wayne Fonts and the Lions.
That's the opposite of the beginning of the season. You know, nobody really stepped forward to make that play in crunch time, but now everybody's stepping forward trying to make that play. And maybe at the beginning of the year, this is a game that we probably would have lost because nobody would step forward, but we're stepping forward now.